Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to give you Kickstarter tip number 6. Generally, I'm going to talk about the amount of your Kickstarter goal. But before I go any further, I want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel on YouTube and follow me on TikTok. Or rather, follow me wherever I'm at on social media. Like the video and comment as well because every little bit helps. I really appreciate it. Now, on with the video. Now, the thing about a Kickstarter goal is you don't get any money from Kickstarter unless you meet that goal. So basically, it's all or nothing. So what you have to do is you have to figure out exactly how much you need and tweak it a little bit. For example, here's a random Kickstarter I found recently called Just Another Swamp Song. They're looking for $1,200 and so far they only have $780. So their goal hasn't been met yet. Here's another example. This particular creator wanted $750, but now they're over that goal and they got $1,100 and something. But as you can tell, the Kickstarter with bikinis and sexy girls usually do really well on Kickstarter. Let's say you're a writer like me and you're making a comic, so you're hiring other artists to do the artwork of the comic. You have to add up and figure out how much the artwork is going to cost per page. And then of course you might have to hire an editor to edit your script. There's also a line editor and colorist as well. There's so many different aspects that cost money when making a comic. So you have to add all those costs up and there's your goal. Now for the record, I don't count putting all the effort into making memes like this, telling people, hey, follow my Kickstarter. Then when it starts, I promote it, make different memes and say, hey, fund my Kickstarter. You know, I don't count all that stuff, all the effort I put into making people want to go to the Kickstarter and fund it. Because even though I'm putting all my effort into it, I don't add that amount to the goal. So let's say you have your number now and it's $1,000. Well, you have to get people to follow your Kickstarter and then fund your Kickstarter and earn that $1,000 and maybe even go over. Because again, it's all or nothing. So if you don't get $1,000, you don't get anything. My very first Kickstarter was made in 2020. It was for Turkana comic number 5, and I was asking for $2,000, but only made around $150. Maybe it was because of the pandemic. Maybe I did things wrong. I don't know. But my second try to Kickstarter was for The Taming of April. I was asking only for $1,000 this time. Sadly, it didn't get funded either. I only went up to like maybe $450, something like that. My third Kickstarter was actually a success. It was for Turkana comic number 7, and I was only asking for $500 because all I needed was the money to get the comics printed off so I could take it to Comic-Cons because I already spent the money for the artist. I didn't need that money. So all I was asking for was $500, but I think I made like $700, something like that. So that was a somewhat successful Kickstarter. It might not have been a super success, hitting stretch goals and stuff like that, but I did make my goals, so I got my money. That's good. And as you know, my latest Kickstarter, which ended just recently, was for Olivia the Mighty Kraken novels. Again, I only wanted $500, and I made around 7-something. I had all these great stretch goals in mind for this Kickstarter, but none of them came to fruition. But the good thing is, it was funded, and that's great. So I did get the money. So as I slowly close out the video, my point to you is this. If you're going to have a Kickstarter, you need to figure out exactly how much you need, but don't make it too astronomical, because even though you need all that money, it's going to be very difficult to reach that if it's an all or nothing goal. And you can't make the goal too low either. Like for example, if you need $1,000, but you only make the goal $500, hey, you went over the goal of like $550 or something. You didn't get the $1,000 you wanted, but you made the goal and you get the money. And finally, before I close out the video, I want to tell you, if you have any questions about Kickstarters, please comment below the video and let me know. I love the basic Kickstarter tip on one of the questions that you ask. Just keep in mind, I've had a few failed Kickstarters and I'm not a super big expert on it, but I'm learning as I go and I've been doing it since 2020. Any information you'd like to know, if I know it, I'll pass it along to you. That's all for now. Thanks all for watching, and as always, thank you for your support.